Hi everyone, welcome to Design and Technology channel. Today we'll be talking about the oblique drawing, just known as the oblique projection. Uh, it's a three-dimensional drawing and presentation. We've talked about the isometric in other videos, and today we'll be talking about the oblique drawing. So what do we need to know about the oblique drawing? The oblique drawing has two basic types. It has the cavalier and the cabinet oblique. So whenever you're making an oblique drawing, you should check which type of oblique drawing you want to make, the cavalier oblique or the cabinet oblique. So for the cavalier oblique, it's drawn full size, just the way it is. Every figure, every measurement is just the same. 25 mm, 40 mm is used as 40 mm, 10 mm is used as 10 mm, 15 mm, and the rest like that. But for the cabinet oblique, it is drawn half size. And the half size is not just for every part of the oblique, it is only for the receding side of the oblique, this receding side of the oblique drawing. So for cabinets, you're drawing half size. So by the time you want to make this side of this particular block, instead of measuring 40, you measure 20, which is half of 40. That is what the cabinet oblique is all about. Another basic thing we need to look out for when constructing the oblique block or an oblique projection, it's the receding angle. Unlike the isometric, we make use of the 30-60 degree set square, and then we have the receding angle to be 30 degrees, 30 degrees. But for the oblique, we have just one receding side, which is 45 degree. The other side seems to be on the same plane with the ground line. So we'll make use of our 45 degree set square like I have here. So placing it on the rule, you have it as this 45 degree. You can see that. So we'll be going on to the construction so you understand it proper how we'll go about bringing out this particular block. We're also making use of the parallel line method. You can go through the parallel line videos to see how parallel lines are being drawn. You can see that this receding side here, it's parallel to all this other end. They're all parallel to each other. And then you can see the horizontal end here is parallel to this one. It's parallel to this one, just like we have in the isometric drawing. But this time we're not making use of our 30-60 degree set square. We're making use of our 45 degree set square. And you can see the vertical sides of it too. It is also parallel to each other. So every vertical line is parallel. So understanding how to create parallel lines would really help us in constructing this particular 3D object. Let's go move on to construction. Okay, the first thing you need to do is to construct a straight line which will serve as your ground line like you have here. So the ground line, you can see same as this, and then you make use of your 45 degree set square to pick your receding side after you have measured your length of AB. So let's take length AB. Okay, length AB here is 25. I didn't indicate it earlier. So 25. So I'm just going to take length 25 AB. So 25 is from here. 25 mm, that's 2.5 centimeter. You can see that. So that's A and B. And then at A, there is a receding line that moves on this way. And that receding line can be achieved using your 45 degree set square. So placing your rule on this, you draw your line upward, just like we have this. Now, as we are making this construction, I'll be trying to tell you all the other process, but this one you should have it in mind that we are constructing the cabinet oblique. That is the cabinet oblique drawn half sides. So remember we said that the cabinet oblique would have half of this measurement. So instead of 40, we're meant to measure 20 for the receding side. So I'm just going to take length 20 because I'm drawing half size, and that is cabinet. So 20, and then at 20, at 40 here is G, and then it is going up. So how do we get that? You can draw the first vertical line that is here and here with your set square placed this way. You can see that. Then at point 20, we are drawing parallel lines to it. So remember the parallel line rule. You place the longer side of your set square on the line you want to replicate, and slide all through to that point with your ruler at the other end, and draw your line. You can see that it's going to be parallel, just like we'll have here, parallel to each other. So we can do this, and then we have line AG parallel to line CE, line AG parallel to line CE, and then that is after we measure 25. So you measure your 25, the height of the front step of the box, and then you can see that CD is parallel to AB. CD is parallel to AB. So I'm just going to make lines parallel to AD here. So first step, and then my ruler on this other end, slide it upwards to where I have my point D, and draw it this way. So with this I have parallel lines. Then we'll move on. Line GH here is 40, so we're just going to measure 40, directly 40. This 40 is different from the receding sides like we have here. So this is the height. Height remains the same for cabinet, but the receding sides are slashed into two for cabinet oblique. So at H, what happened? There is a receding line that is parallel to this line. So what do? Place the set square on the line you want to replicate, and slide it upward. Okay, so if you see this, you see that sliding it this way doesn't take me to this point. So what do? I change the position of my rule so that I'll be able to do what? Slide upward like this. You can see that. So that's how you manipulate your set square. So draw your line that is parallel, and then that line is measured 15. But remember, this is a receding side. All receding sides are meant to be drawn half side. So half of 15 is 7.5. So we are going to measure 7.5 centimeter millimeter, and that is just about 0.75 centimeters. So we have it here, 0.575 centimeters. So we have it this small. You can see that. So at that point, we have a vertical line coming downward. So what do we need to do? With our set square on one of the vertical lines that have been established, and the rule right on the any free end of the set square, draw a vertical line downward like we have here. So 7.5, you can see that is way smaller than this because it's a receding side. All sides that are receding would be halved into two for cabinet. And what do? We draw a parallel line to establish CE. So we want a parallel line to AG with your set square placed on it, and your rule. Slide your set square to point C here, and you draw that. So you can see that our block is forming already. From this point, you may not need to do much. All you need to do is just begin to draw parallel lines where it is needed. So we need a parallel line at this point. I'll place my set square in this form, and then with my rule, slide upward to meet it at this point. I have this. See that? And then I need a line parallel to this at this point. All I need to do is place my set square on that line and my ruler on the free end of the set square. You see that? I have this. And then I need this kind of line. So I need this kind of line up here at this point. So I'm just going to take it up. I also need a parallel line to this line, to line EF, just like I have it at MK. So all I need to do is place my set square here, and then my rule right under it like this. So my set square is placed here, and my rule right under it like this. So slide it upward, and I can easily establish that line here. So following the principle of parallel lines, you can easily construct your oblique block, and then have another parallel line here. Place my set square on the line I want to replicate, with my t-square on the free end, and slide through to the points, and there you go. This is your block. You can then erase any line that is not needed, like this ones, and outline the main block. So you can see that looking at these two blocks, one looks smaller and then the other one looks longer. So this is the cabinet, and then by the time you're following the Cavalier principle of drawing the exact number, exact measurement, taking the exact measurement of this block, you will see that it will come out the same way. To come out the same way and to be coming out bigger than this. So this is cabinet oblique, and this is the Cavalier oblique. So it's been outlined. So you can also try this while you watch the video and see what you come out with. Thank you.